You ready for this? Okay, good. Me too. Hello, everybody, and welcome to All Things, where I intend on doing all the things, including gaming and painty, crafty things. Today's mission is to get into a crafty video, which is going to be a learning process, but I want to learn. So let's get into it. Welcome to my art table. Isn't it gorgeous? No, this is not gorgeous. So we're going to try and clean it. I never clean my art table because I've never cared before. Nobody else has ever seen it. But because I care now, let's just hide it. Let's just hide it under a mat that doesn't fit properly and that I probably also need to replace. These are the squishy toys I'm going to be painting for you today. I'm just going to paint one of them, but I got a whole horde because I have envisioned an entire army of these fruitcakes. They're not going to be fruitcakes by the end of this, though. Don't worry. We don't want a whole horde of fruitcakes. We want a horde of something else. They've got 3 strawberries on top. They squish, squish, squish. They squish pretty nice. But we're just going to focus on one today. So I'm going to get rid of those 4, and we're going to focus on just this guy. It's your lucky day, my friend. So you can tell this is a cheap squishy because he came with a tag inside of him that I have to very angrily and aggressively yank out of his flesh. Watch me as I pull and struggle and tug and then eventually give up and get the scissors and just cut him away. It's going to leave a nice hole for me to fix later, but that's all right. Especially considering the fact that there's going to be way more where that came from, boys and girls. I'm going to cut off one of the strawberries because this is going to be turned into a frog squishy instead of a fruit cake. And ain't no frog having 3 weird eyes. I only want 2 eyes for my frog, so this part needs to be removed. I'm a little nervous to do this every time I do it, so excuse me while I very gingerly, gently stab this fellow and then yank on him until pieces fall out. I've got to smooth this up. I've got to try and cut off more pieces. I will realize later that I need to cut off more and that I was way too timid when it came to cutting, so that's going to give me a headache later. But for now, let's enjoy the cutting. Because I was a nervous Nancy, this is all I got off of it so far. I will come to regret that later, but let's move on. I'm using puffy paint, a mixture of matte and puffy, so that I can hopefully get good coverage. We'll see if that works. All right, here it is. This is where I realized that more things need to be cut off, so I am picking up those scissors. I'm going to cut off more things, trying to smooth out those seams, which are unseemly. I'm also trying to fill up the hole that I left behind after I took the tag off. I gotta just kind of mash some paint in there several times and go over it and over it and over it until it's smoothed over and just less globby. Popsicle stick wasn't the best instrument for this, so I do switch over to a paintbrush to smooth it out and make it less globby, trying to make it more seamless, and that's going to need several coats, which you will see as we progress. Here's where I realize again that I need to cut off more things. I don't know why I do this to myself, but okay, here we go again. Only this time it's worse because I've got to dig into the globby wet paint to cut off the things now. So one thing that is very exciting, and I can't wait for you to see in a second, is that I decide that these paint boogers are gross and this mat is too small for this space. So let's just kind of fix both of those things at once. Can I get a drum roll, please? here we go. We got a nice blue mat now that fits the space. I've also decided to speed up the base coat process so you get to see my lovely white frog ready for painting. Finally ready for painting after 6 minutes into this video. Don't you love it? I'm choosing colors here that represent the theme I'm going with. Can anybody guess my theme based on these colors? Can you guess? Can you guess? Any guesses? I'll wait for your guesses. Okay, well, obviously it is the ocean, like blues and sandy colors. I'm going to start with the sand. So that's why I'm getting out the sandy, darker brown, and gonna start with that. I realized this one wasn't opened yet, so here I go. Oh, oh, gross. I'm not sure new paint's supposed to do that, but we're gonna go with it and it's gonna be fabulous. Don't worry. And now we're going to paint the sand. Here we go. Let's speed it up for ya. Boom, sand. Beautiful. We're going to go in with the ocean next, starting at the top with the deepest, darkest ocean and going down into the lighter colors. Why did I have to drop it? Oh, so now I have to go over and fix what I've just messed up. All that work to blend the gradients, all smeared and smudged. Here we go. All fixed. All better. We fix our mistakes around here. Our mistakes. Okay, everything's cleaned up. Here we go. We got a frog. Now he needs some details, my friends. He is in desperate need of some details. So let's get into that. Here you have it, the one and only uniquely made ocean fruitcake frog. I am so in love with this guy. He is the perfect addition to my 3 froggy fruitcakes, and he will be treasured always. Now look at this. He squishes so much better now than he did when he was a gold fruitcake from the Dollar Tree. It takes so long for him to rise back up, and I love it so much. I don't have a name for them all, and I kind of want to make names. So if you have name suggestions, just put them in the comments. That'd be awesome. I will take name suggestions. But for now, I am going to say bye and see you later.